probably still going on, but I'm on a different device. Okay, I push this out the way and put it here. So we're just gonna talk from here. The other one's charging, so we just start a new one here. Hold on, let me see if I can rotate this so it's not so odd. Let's see. No, it won't let me do that while it's going, and I can't put it on the cord. Let's see if it'll flip this way if I do it. Yeah, I did. Oh, jam. That's great. Let's see if I can pull this over a bit. Just set it down. Okay, so if these people are banking on the fact that your children belong to the father because of the law, okay, this woman that may be a scammer, his sister, somebody, they're doing some very damnable things, hiring people that they know that work in the system to redirect your mail, to pay family members money that don't exist, maybe off of this legal foolishness. The father or the husband or the woman that seems to be side chick, kids belong to the husband and wife legally. That leaves you without some power if you don't pay attention, right? So this lady can actually say she's the husband or coach this man into getting access to your kids to do some really bad things, because technically the law is saying somewhere, most likely, that despite the fact that this man is married and not mature enough to go and get a divorce, or maybe had the intent to be something heinous by creating other kids and then stealing from them or taking their lives and selling them into slavery or something weird, and taking the child support, blocking you and causing issues for you because they're living off of all this stuff. The kids, that birth certificate, your social, and you don't even know anything about this stuff. But somehow they are tapped into it and hacked into it. And they're literally creating kids, sending people back into the ladies' lives, the side mamas, and causing death, sickness, so that whatever money she's accumulated or whatever child support that accumulated after 20 some years, they get it. And then these kids disappear into the sunset, and the mom's supposed to be dead, so no one can challenge. And the family's paid off, so they stupid. So this is a case for God. It's a case for the Almighty God. Don't even worry your beautiful head, honey. Okay, so the camera's normally appears over here now, so or it could be over there, but it's right there. So if I'm looking all over the places because I'm not used to looking into the camera, but we're gonna try. Okay, so it is very important that we understand that God is in control and that He has someone for us. And okay, people, well, what about you? You didn't do it. Here's the thing: we're not going to put blame on anyone, because again, in your 20s, you get into a lot of things that you're not aware of. Okay. And you make decisions based on feelings and experience. You're new to the world, especially if you were a virgin for a long time and you lost it in your 20s. You are green, as they say. I mean, people can tell you a whole bunch, but until you experience it, you out here. And I mean, sometimes you got to get an extra boat, an extra ticket. You got to get extra vessels to swim, whatever you call it. You got to work it, because people can tell you a whole bunch, but until you experience it, then you can tell somebody, yeah, I was that person. I went through this, I went through that, and I'm here to tell you that I made it and you can make it too. Okay. Yes, there may be tragedies here and there, but life continues, and God is expecting us to swim out here, and He's given us all the tools we need to be successful in doing so. So be encouraged. Know that He's on your side. And again, we were talking about credit and all that good stuff. Look into it. But you can actually get, is it $15,000? So if they're discriminating or doing something wrong, you can actually file a complaint against them, and you can win. I think it's $15,000. Now, what can you do with 15,000, honey? So that's what I'm working on. When you tell them, I like a credit, okay, for the amount of that car, it's because technically someone has taken your birth certificate and your social security card supposedly. And when you were born, you had $1 million in this account. Now, I'm 51. I don't know what's going on. But I know I ain't reached no 50 million. I mean, 100 million. Okay. $1 million. All right. So people denying you is kind of like illegal because it's your credit. It's from a bank that you have connected to your certificate or your social, whatever. Um, Now, again, because of how it's set up, if someone is saying they're your consecutor or something weird, it could be a company, it could be the government, it could be a government worker. Who's going to stop these people? Who checks these people? Now, there are checks and balances. People should not be doing that ethically if this is it, what's going on. But when you say, I want a house for 500,000, it's not supposed to be somebody saying, I'm no sorry, you don't have enough credit. Excuse me. See, that's the funky credit score that somebody created that doesn't belong anywhere. These are all God's resources. No one has the right to play these games with these credit scores and or whatever else for you to get whatever you're supposed to have. Okay, in this lifetime, no one's supposed to be saying, "Oops, sorry." But they got a feeling these little chaos monsters, these agents, chaos agents, they're gonna get some of their own medicine. God is gonna flip this stuff, and they're gonna have to live by their own chaos that they've created. Period. I don't care who they are. All this credit score mess, God is going to bless those that are of God and that are chosen to have their needs met. And if anyone defies that, they and their families are up off the earth, thus said the Lord. And they're not returning. Their spirits are doomed to hell. They know this. These people that like to steal and keep creating situations where people cannot get their needs met, God is saying they got to go. And those that do stay, they're going to have so much hardship, they're probably going to join them folks. They keep denying you and challenging you from having basic needs: a home, a car. That's not a car. Home, clothes, food, water, shelter, shoes. I'm telling you, life. Wanting people to kill themselves for these birth certificates because there's $1 million on there somehow, and people can actually bank from that by saying they're you. So if they get rid of you, they can lose their own identity and live up under you doing paperwork online. And then they got friends that won't even check it. And just, oh, this is me. Here's an ID. Now you got to die for them to go live on your stuff. And God says, I know every heart, mind, body, and soul that I've created. So you can step into that person's skin if you want. You're not stepping into heaven, and you might get a little smackdown from me while you're here. So continue your little path of destruction, because I know who you are. And I might just whisper it to a couple of birdies and cause you a little chaos, since that's what you're so good at. Putting your signature on things, using other people's credit scores, getting them denied while you're up here putting their information under what? Businesses, LLCs, thinking you're slick. And these people don't even know. Getting cars, homes, apartments, bank accounts. So getting a car should not be challenging. You should not have to be hassled about it. If they're doing a down payment, which you don't need, then they have to tell everybody to get a down payment. And that's where the issue comes in. Now, they don't want you to know if they're telling other people that they need a down payment. And they make it real clear where you don't know if other people are putting down payments down. But if they're telling you, oh, you need $500 down, they need to tell everybody that, period. Nobody should be walking out with just the signature in the car, which we're all supposed to be able to do. But if they're doing this little discriminative, playful thing where they want you to put down a down payment of $8,000, $5,000, knowing you don't have it, but they just said it's only $500 and you brought $500. So how is it that you got to pay $500? That's, I believe, where you can file this complaint. I have the information here because they need to explain to you in writing the full explanation of why they denied you based on a credit score or your down payment amount. It said 500, not 1,500, not 3,000, based on somebody else's business of reporting. Oh, they had a car back in 2022 and they lost it because somebody was domestically terrorizing them. So now you're trying to collect the debt on somebody else's stuff. Is that legal? Oh, well, you had this other car and you owe $20,000, and so you got to pay the difference down for that for us to give to them to start paying them back, and then we'll give you a car. So if you can give us $5,000, $8,000, that what's that got to do with you though? How are you their collection agency now? You friends? Is that legal? That based on some other car that I have to now pay you extra money based on that? Oh no, it's your credit. It's nothing personal. It's your credit. But I'm extending to you credit. I'm telling you, I like to use this amount of credit. From where? That $1,000,000, which ain't your business. I know I use no $1,000,000. So what's the problem? What's the problem here? You need to write it to me. I need a full explanation written, okay? Within 30 days. And they generally see that little bootleg. Oh, we denied your credit based on the credit score. Wait a minute now. The Equal Credit Opportunity Act under the EA 1691. Okay. It says proof that the banks actually loaned you money. See? And they need to send a qualified written request demanding that the lender provides proof that the lender used their own money. You didn't use your own money. See what I'm talking about? You didn't use your own money, so how are you telling me no? For the loan. The banks don't have the money, okay? The car dealer doesn't extend the money. This is what I'm saying. So how are you telling me no? Well, it says, right, there is no money. It's imaginary. So what are you talking about? The car dealer doesn't loan money. It's the banks. Or however you get it. Credit union, whatever you're doing. So they have to send evidence that the loan was not securitized or sold, a full breakdown of how the loan was funded. You want to be very specific in order to get these answers so that when you show up in the court to get your 15,000 for this foolishness these people pulling, you need to have your stuff together. Okay? Oh, hair falling all over me. What is that? What was that? Something crawling. Hold on, let me put glasses on, child. We got time for ants or whatever. I don't know. The lights are shining, but something must have been hair. I hope. Anyway, um, they need to show evidence and documentation that they looked and asked them, and that you asked them for the specific information. And if they did not provide it to you, then they're lying. Okay. Um, they were talking about criminal violations. We're talking about criminal violations for knowing and willingly basically denying you credit. They're not supposed to do that. And then you want to file that complaint, like I said, with the CPB and the state's attorney general. Now, here in Illinois, these people be missing the action. They just getting the check. I don't know where they at. Don't even respond and stuff after a while because it's like, oh, there's crime. Really? Yeah. You're told to ignore certain people within the state because guess what? Someone's on the slave list. People think they're going to control you, tell you what to do. And if you were in another state, you moved to another state, or your mama moved you to another state when you was a kid, they'd be like, well, why are you here? You gotta go back to your master in the state you was born. See, and if you up here trying to do stuff, we don't really want you because you don't because you's not free. You know, we stupid. See, pay attention. And I say I'm free, so I go where I want to go. What you thought this was? Okay. I want to file a complaint with the CPT and state attorney if the bank or dealership engaged in deceptive lending practices. Report them to the CFB. And then you can report them to, like I said, state's attorney. There's some steps to this. There's some codes you have to use. You cannot just go, hey, I got this code. No, this is written stuff. You have to document it in your request. Document it in your requests when you are saying, hey, that was wrong. Get your $15,000 and then go get you a car. I'm just saying. So we had a few turn downs. We're gonna probably go, maybe not today, but maybe next week and check some stuff out at the car dealer. And we're gonna see how they do things. As far as like discriminatory stuff, I'm gonna see if this is grounds. Not going just because we're gonna say we want $15,000, but we need a car. It's getting cold outside. Okay. And yeah, we're injured. due to some stuff that people don't think God gonna fix, because they won't fix it, and we're gonna watch God work. Because no one has the right to injure anyone or hurt them, cause them discomfort and pain in their lives. And God's gonna see to that you be what? Rectified. Now, maybe when you get on over there in that city, over there, wherever, however, you be blessed and highly favored. Because guess what? We ain't nobody's victim. We are free, blessed, and highly favored. So, guys, with all that said, I had something else to say, but let me think. I like to write stuff down, but I don't. Because there's so much to say, I can just open my mouth and think. There's so much injustice. I mean, do I really need to write it down? I mean, this is stuff I've actually experienced. Hello, everybody. Patrick, how are you? Hello. Yes. Hello. Hello, Finn MC. What's up? Of course, there's a smoke alarm in the background. Yes, because there is an elderly person here, and there's someone else that has an injury like myself, and then the other one she just walks back and forth. So no, we don't get on ladders. Okay. So yes, there's an alarm in the background. We do have one, and it just started. So we're not going to pay you any attention because you are absolutely probably small minded. Because if you really cared, you would have said, there's a bunch of women there, because people like Little Monkey has relatives that feel like it's their business to ape around in other people's lives where there are no men at home. Now, you should blame your ancestors, honey. Luca dude. Wow. Yeah, there's ignorance in the world. So you guys see it. You see it live. Little Monkey is a coward because we don't even see their little goofy face. They probably don't have one. This is a bot. So till next time, you all have a wonderful journey. The fire detector is the least of our problems, right? Like this brain dead person, they need a babysitter and a helmet for that to come out of their face. Yes. All right. Because I mean, I can't think of anyone that has a smoke detector where it doesn't go off when it needs new batteries. It is not a crime for your detector to go off for a few days, maybe even a month. It's not a crime. It's not illegal. And most likely it won't cause an issue. It actually works. So having that chirp in the background that just started a few days ago until the maintenance people come in, I'm not sure why that bothers the tainted minded people. It's amazing. I mean, it's very childish to stereotype that way. But again, you have people with mental issues here. So you just have to deal with their ignorance and their childishness. These must not be homeowners because no alarm system is forever. Okay. We have mentions people, we have to wait on them once it's reported to change it. Or, again, if there's people out here that have a brain, they don't sit up and judge people because an alarm system says, hey, I need new batteries. Okay, it's not a crime for the children. It happens, okay? All right. Yeah, there's some sick little pups outside. Or monkeys, whichever. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We have a lot more to say. We're going to ignore the people with the mental challenges here. All right, it happens. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so we're finishing up over here. Go off. Go off, please. Thank you. All right. So somebody tried to call me an hour ago. All right. So I don't know. Anyway, have a wonderful day, guys. I'm still working on this thing with the cars, so we could be at peace and have the things we need because a lot of people can make a lot of money with their cars, getting to different jobs and different places that they need to go to keep their families up. So it is a luxury. It's a nice necessity if you can get it. Until next time, be blessed. Be blessed. Be prosperous. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Come back for more. God bless.